Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Isaiah Maynard Show. I pray y'all had a happy Thanksgiving, and I forgot to upload a video from earlier, so it's been quite a bit of a break since my last video, which is partly why I'm recording this video. It's been so long. I'm losing practice of uploading videos and recording videos. So I just wanted to talk about something that I'm kind of interested in, and I am going to upload this video. So let's see, the last video I was going to talk about, I didn't upload it. The last video I was going to talk about the NSA and how recently a document came out of their glossary. There was like a glossary of DEI terms. So I highly recommend you look that up and find out more about it if you don't know anything about it. And then Snoop Dogg, who at the time I thought really was quitting weed. Like, that was big news. I thought that was a really big deal. And then since I didn't upload the video in time, I guess it's kind of a good thing I didn't upload it. I just trashed the video because there's no point in uploading it when I'm talking about something that isn't even true anymore. So yeah, Snoop Dogg did not actually quit weed. It was just an ad for, I think, a smokeless grill, which is hilarious. That's really smart marketing for him. I'm gonna be honest. Let's see. So today I'm going to be talking about Sam Altman, who is the OpenAI CEO, and how there was a recent dispute, I guess. There was a recent situation happening with him and getting fired and then getting rehired. And then that leads into my main idea of this video, my discussion about AI and how it has enormous potential for humanity. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about. It's going to be a short video today. That's all that's going to happen in the show and more. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so let's get started. Let's see. We got Sam Altman, OpenAI CEO, if you did not know that already. And also, if you aren't familiar with OpenAI, it's a company that it's the company that made ChatGPT, and it's the company that manages ChatGPT and all the updates and changes that are coming out for it. Recently, Sam Altman, he appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience. He appeared before Congress, and he's also gone and talked to other government officials and leaders, both publicly and in private, of course. He likes to talk about the potential for AI, what to look forward to, what his plans are with ChatGPT, and also he mentions the risks that can come with AI as well, which I think is kind of in the minority today, which I'm a little concerned about because there's so much potential with AI that could benefit society, but I think that the impact it can have negatively on society, at least with the elite and with people who are big proponents of AI, is downplayed. And that's a little concerning because it is very important that we talk about the negative impact that AI can have on society. Let's see. We also got the situation that was happening with Sam Altman. So recently, if you're unaware of this, I think it was a couple weeks ago, or maybe just over a week ago, there was a recent dispute happening within OpenAI. Basically, Sam Altman was removed or fired because of his candor. He wasn't communicating effectively, was the excuse that they used within the company, and that caused a lot of backlash, not only with people who were friendly with Sam outside of the company, but also within the company, because a lot of people at OpenAI really like him. So you can tell because 500 out of the 700 employees that work at OpenAI threatened to quit if they didn't bring Sam Altman back. And then Microsoft, who is, I think, it's Microsoft, the largest donor for OpenAI, pressured the company into hiring Altman back. I think Microsoft actually gave Sam Altman a job temporarily while they pressured the board to bring Sam back. And then also Microsoft, just to give you an idea of how much influence they have over the company, I believe they own like 47% of the stocks, or they have like a 47% stake in the company. So it's a lot of pressure coming from Microsoft and its employees. If 500 out of 700 employees threaten to quit, that's a big deal. That means you're also very well liked as a CEO, which is something that I think speaks to his character a lot. Also, one of the board members that was a part of the process that fires, I guess that they voted, one of the people who voted yes to firing Altman came out on X or on social media and saying that he admitted to regretting the decision and how he wants Sam Altman back. So ultimately, all these signs pointed that, okay, Sam's probably going to come back, and he ultimately did. So he got rehired, and and he posted on X a picture of him and some OpenAI employees taking a photo together, looking all happy, saying we're back, which is good for him. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because that's the situation that happened that inspired me to talk about this topic with AI and the potential that it has. I know that Sam Altman and a couple other people that I've heard on the Joe Rogan Experience, including Elon Musk, talk about some of the risks that AI has. And I think that's something that's very important and something I just want to talk about. So ultimately, I believe that AI has enormous potential. What I mean when I say AI has enormous potential is that it could be absolutely amazing for society. I admit that fully. However, it can and it will be used by malevolent organizations, malevolent forces, companies, governments, and they will abuse the power that it has, just like they abuse their own power within their companies or government to take advantage of other people who don't have that resource, who are being manipulated in order to benefit themselves. So these organizations, these governments, these leaders, they will absolutely use the power AI has and then use it against people to take advantage of them. So I think that's something that we really need to be careful of and do as much as we can to prevent that before we just go wild west with AI, because AI is something that's so unique and so special that if we just let it be free without throughout the world, like no restrictions at all, it could lead to a bunch of unintended consequences. So we have to really just, I think, be very cautious about what we do with it. So one example of this, I know Elon talked about it on the Joe Rogan podcast about how there's a lot of anti-humanity elite members of society. So there's a lot of people who in the top 1%, top 2% of the world who are just anti-human. They really just do not like humanity. You know, we're talking like the George Soroses of the world, George Soros, those people who legitimately don't like humanity. Other people in the World Economic Forum or something like that, the people who want everyone to live in a 5-minute city in the middle of the desert and eating bugs and stuff like that. So they care more about worshiping freaking pagan gods or the creations rather than the creator. Those types of people, just people who believe humanity is a cancer, who are so bought in so far into the climate change agenda that they absolutely view humanity as a disease. They view it as a cancer. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because first, it's important to know that there's people like that out there. And also, it's important to know that these people have a lot of power, they have a lot of money, they have a lot of influence, and that can seep into AI. So Elon talked about this, and I'm just going to elaborate upon it a little more. Just imagine that someone like that, someone who's anti-humanity, starts an AI company or invests in an AI company. Now they have power and influence over a potentially massive technology, not massive, but a potentially influential technology. It's something that could be a part of everyone's lives, because AI eventually is going to be a part of everyone's life. AI is already being used by like 180 million or more users on ChatGPT, something like that, and millions of people. You get the point I'm trying to make here. So just imagine whenever we have AI automatically put into our phones, or Whenever Neuralink gets to the point to where enough people have it that everyone has Neuralink in their head, and there's AI in that. I mean, there's just so many different routes that AI could be integrated into our lives, and then if people who are anti-humanity have influence on that AI and its development, then it's completely possible and reasonable to infer that some of that ideology is going to seep into the AI. And the second that artificial intelligence starts to view humanity as a cancer, that's when things can get really, really bad. So I just think we need to put some real safeguards. We need to really think about AI and its future before we just make it, before we just allow it to do its thing, do whatever it wants to do, because ultimately it's going to be subjected to the biases of whoever programs it and whoever decides what to put in there and what to restrict. I mean, we can already see this with ChatGPT. Like if you ask ChatGPT certain questions, it won't answer them because of moral dilemmas or not wanting to talk about controversial topics, things like that. And that's because there's restrictions put on it in order to prevent it from saying things that could lead to unintended consequences, essentially. So just think of it like that. Furthermore, I think that governments like China and other selfish, ultimately malevolent organizations and governments will do whatever they want with this power, with AI to further their own interests. So just imagine China getting their hands on a very powerful AI. Something that's integrated in everybody's phones in their country or everybody's heads or something like that. I mean, just imagine what they'll do with that. I mean, they already have social credit scores. They already control all social media. They're already integrated with every major business in there. And now they're going to be, now they have the power that AI has. They're going to manipulate people. They're going to trap people. They're going to use them, take advantage of them to further their own interests. And it won't even be hard because they have something that's super intelligent at their hands, and they're able to use it however they want. So those two examples, the anti-humanity elites and corrupt governments like China, or I mean the dozens of other corrupt governments there are in the world, just imagine what happens to the people that live in that country whenever those governments get their hands on something as powerful as the superintelligence, as AI. So ultimately, I just believe that this issue needs more attention, and some aspects of AI need to be addressed now before further harm is done, because we can imagine scenarios of AI going wrong. So we need to do what we can to place safeguards. One example of this is like with deepfaking, AI-generated Photoshop, things like that. So deepfaking technology, if you're unfamiliar with it, is basically taking someone else's face and putting it on video and putting it on someone else. So like say, for example, me, someone who has AI technology, who has deep faking technology, could take Tom Cruise's face and put it on my face, and it could look pretty real. And people are using this for fun, for memes and things like that, but also people are using it for just evil things. I mean, there's pornography of celebrities, and it's not celebrities actually doing this. It's someone deep faking a celebrity's face onto another woman's body, which is just evil. It's just awful. I can only imagine being a private citizen, being somebody who has no idea this is going on, and then one day you find out that, oh, hey, someone created a deep fake pornography video and your face is in it. It looks like you're in it, and it's just awful. I mean, just imagine the trauma that could cause for not only the person, but the family of that person, the father, the mother, the siblings. It's just awful. And people will do it but to make money, and because they could probably do it anonymously and not get caught. So the reason I brought that up is because there's now a move to make it completely illegal, because it's technically not illegal yet, and I believe. So that's something, laws that can prevent things before they happen or before they get too widespread. Also, watermarks on AI. You can have AI technology where anything generated by AI has a watermark on it, so that way no one is unsure if it's AI generated because it have a watermark on it. And yes, I know you can Photoshop over a watermark. I know you can. There's ways around this, but there's also ways around those ways around, if that makes sense. And on top of that, we should at least require the bare minimum now, so that it's not so easy. If you create incentives that, or if you create deterrences that don't incentivize or don't promote abuses of AI, then that ultimately will at least mitigate the amount of people doing these awful things. So that's all for today. I hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and God bless.